we're going to talk about Power Pages and Power Apps Portals templates. And if that's not what you're looking for, you're free to leave. I won't be offended at all. But if you are interested, let's see if I can get this to work. Come on. First, I would like to introduce or mention our sponsors, without whom we would not be able to do this session. Microsoft, of course, thank you, NHSO, Proximo 3, Docs 42, PwC, and AIS. Companion, Cloudthing, Comparion, Incremental, DQ Global, ATAC, Tiski, and Squared Up. And this is me. I'm Ulrikke Akerbæk. Did you get that, Nick? Yes. Nick's been trying to say that for 5 years. Not really succeeded. But he keeps trying though. Yeah. I'm a web developer. I've been doing low coding for 10 years. I just realized that I've been doing low coding for 10 years because SharePoint is low code, isn't it? Right. So I've been a SharePoint consultant. My previous life did that for 5 years, and then I transitioned into Power Platform 5 years ago, doing Power Apps Portals ever since. I was fortunate enough to be called out as one of Norway's top 50 women in tech this year, and I'm a Microsoft Business Applications MVP. Well, these are the social links where you can reach me. Please reach out if there's any questions. My goal for this session is for you guys to know where to start. So the next time you hear a customer that has a need for a portal or website that has data in Dataverse, capturing or sharing data, you should know portals or Power Pages would be the right product for it, and you would know where to start, which portal template or pages template you would need to use. And not do like Nick and start from scratch every time. Before I go on, Nick is my mentor. He was the MVP that brought me into the program, and that's what I'm picking on him all the time. He's the black belt, and he was the only source I had when I started with Power Apps Portals. It was like, the world, can you please bring me a black belt? They all pointed at Nick. So that's why I keep... All right, so this is what we're going to talk about. First, I wanted to just talk about Power Pages. Then I realized it won't be GA, general available by the end of this year. So we still need to think about the old Power Apps Portals templates as well. So I figured, all right, let's go through Power Apps Portals templates first. Then I'll show you the new templates. And then I'll show you a little bit about how I got this info. Now, if you feel like level 100 is enough for you, you're free to leave when I go deeper into the stuff of how I got this information. And of course, you can read about this later. I have 3 blog posts that go along with this talk. You can find them by scanning the QR code or going to my website, and the tag is Scottish Summit 2022. All right, Power Apps Portals. A brief history. So, Cheryl, you probably know this, right? So I was at your session yesterday. She was talking about, yeah, and you had it too? It was so crazy seeing you have this slide on. And I was like, oh, right, so great mind do think alike, right? Yeah, and I had 2015 on the 1998. So you gave me that a year, so thank you for that. So the history of portals. Nick was actually at the original team working with portals when it was 88 Studio back in the day, right? Or never with 88 Studio. Oh, no, Nick Hayduke was. Right, yeah, Nick Hayduke, yeah. Then it became Dynamics 365 Portals when Microsoft acquired the product. We had a name change, like Microsoft liked to do. In 2019, it became Power Apps Portals, and now it's Power Pages. And when you when you create a portal, you will have the option to start from scratch. At the bottom right corner, you have a blank website, or you can start from one of these templates if you have Dynamics 365 apps installed in your environment. If you don't, then you only have the option to use the blank website. You go to makepowerapps.com, you choose the template that you like, and then you're off. It takes about an hour to provision a portal, but when you're there, you have so much functionality at your fingertips. I'm going to go through these, each and every one. The first template that we had was the community. And now we have 2.0 version of that, which is called the Modern Community Portal. These are portals that you will probably recognize if you have used the Microsoft community sites. They are very similar to the Modern Community template. And we have customer self-service, which goes hand in hand with Dynamics 365 customer service. Case management, knowledge articles, partner portals, which are my favorites, have everything that you have in the customer self-service, but additional functionality. And I know that the majority of portals that are created are customer self-service portals. I hope to change that, because you get everything else plus in the partner portal. The employee self-service is also very similar to the customer self-service, but it's for internal employees. So all users need to have a Dynamics 365 license. Not really common knowledge. There's new portals, templates, that I haven't used myself. This is the customer portal. You need supply chain management for that. Field service portal is a handheld portal for to see when your next service person is coming around to do service, if you're using field service. Intelligent order management has a customer returns kind of portal. And then you can start from scratch. How many people in this room have used or provisioned a community portal, old or new? Right. You have the blog, you have the forums, you have ideas, cases, and knowledge articles. And the new modern community template has also a model-driven app that accompanies it and has denser functionality. So I wanted to use, let me just have a look. Yeah. So this is what it looked like. And I can actually show you if the demo gods are with me. Let's see how this is working. Right. What do you see? Not this. Now you see my browser, right? Good. So let's zoom in. So this is a model-driven app that comes with app portals. I did not do anything to Dynamics. I only provisioned the modern community portal template, and then I got this model-driven app as well. So when you have a Dynamics environment, you click on the app that you're in, and you get this app menu. And this is where I found that community app. It has very few tables available, really. It's forums, most part. I created just one forum. I created a few ideas, and then I looked at the portal that comes with it. So, a little slow internet connection here. Really easy for me as a moderator or as a product owner, for instance. I want to create a forum. I want to create some publicity and some communication around my product. Create a forum, create ideas, categories. You can have groups and memberships. And then these are published to a portal without you having to do anything. This is, I'm not even signed in. I can see the Scottish Summit forum. I can open it, and as you'll see, this is the same things that we saw in the model-driven app. I can create new ideas. I can post a new idea. Then I would have to log in. As a moderator, I can sign in and I can create new forums. Already, it detects the categories and the stages that I created, and you have this. It's pretty dense functionality. To create this from scratch would take some time, right? So this is good. This is out of the box, and it looks familiar to what I know from the Microsoft platform. It looks a little like this, and the ideas. If you are familiar with ideas from Microsoft, the webpage where you can submit your ideas, it's very similar. I'm not going to say it's the same thing. That's for someone else to say. But to me, it looks very similar. Right. Just to mention, Power Pages now has a new community site, and the Power Apps Portals community site is, well, they transitioned everything from, it's read-only, and they transitioned all the content into this community site. So, are you top kudos?
Not in the new
Not in the
forum anymore.
Oh, we're gonna have to do something about that.
Have the likes of Fubar and Raga on there very quick.
Yeah. All right, customer self-service has everything, but not the blog. And so I'm gonna put a little pin in that because I, with support from someone you know already, figure out there's a way to combine portal types, right? So you have your customer self-service site, you would like the blog functionality. What do? You cannot combine the two when you create them, but you can do that later. So I actually have a blog post which will describe all the steps you need to take in order for you to move the blog functionality from the community site into the customer self-service site, if that was something that you require. Who has done a customer self-service site? Right. Good. I've also done them, a couple actually. This is from my old employer, my previous employer. We did customer case management site. So this would be for your customer service people, your support people, having a portal for your customers to log in, create their cases, have their case management. So this would be the list of all the cases that we have, new and old. You can open up the cases and have a conversation about activity, and you can upload attachments as well. And then employee self-service. I'm going to be honest, I haven't used this. Anyone that's used this? Right. Good. And it was new to me as well that they require Dynamics 365 license for each user. Right. So it's enough with a team license. That does exist still, right? But that's a hard requirement. You can't get around it. It doesn't have that blog, but it has forum cases and knowledge articles. It's for internal use. And then this is my favorite, the partner portal. Anyone has ever used this? All right, 3 people. We need to do something about that. This is the one with the most functionality in my mind. So you do have the cases, you have the forums and the knowledge articles that you would have on the customer self-service, but in addition, you have out of the box customer management, opportunity management, and a workflow that allow new partners to apply for partnership. And on the back end, you have workflows to approve or deny those applications that come in. In addition to that, once you are a partner and you have your partner account created, you can manage who has access to your portal. So if I'm a partner, I can log into the partner portal, I can create new contacts and send them invitations to the portal. And of course, remove access to the portal. And that self-management of access from other contacts, that's a requirement that I get a lot. Also, what I've done is, so this is something I've talked about extensively in the past. There's videos of it. I've done talks on it. This is the Norwegian Innovation Clusters portal. This is the biggest portal that I have done. It's built on the partner portal type. And I was just going to show you what it looks like out of the box. Just a second. Oh, there we are. So this is a partner portal out of the box. And this is what I talk about, become a partner. So I haven't done anything. I've changed the picture for another blog post. You have the ability to come in and read about the partner program. You can click begin from here. You can sign in or register. Let me just skip past this. So internet connection, of course. And this is what it looks like from the studio. So this is just me uploading a picture. This is very dance functionality. So this is what the partner, register to be a partner. You register this information. This is creating a contact. There's a form in the model ribbon app which represents this application. And you can say approve or deny. And once you log in, you see you have access to more dance functionality in the main menu. And you also have managed access, which is also available here, which allow you to create contacts and send them invitations to your portal. Right, so I can create and I can send invitations, and I can manage the roles as well. So this is a requirement that I get often, and so I thought it was valuable to share that with you guys. Right. Customer portal, we're just going to go through this real quick. It's for B2B order placing, pricing management, supply chain management. Anyone ever used this portal before? No? It's kind of new, right? It hasn't been around for so long, I think. It requires dual write between F&O and Dataverse, so that's why I am not on the F&O part of the world at all. That's why I haven't provisioned it, but I would love to have a look at it. I just discovered also the field service portal, which is for your end customer when they're sitting at home and they know there is a technician coming between 8 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, and you're like, all right, nice, I'll have to stay home the whole day. Previous to the pandemic, probably a bigger problem than it is now, but still it allows your end user, your customer, to get updates in real time to know the location of your technician and when he's around your place. Also, on top of Dynamics 365 Intelligent Order Management, you could have a portal for customer returns, which would provide out-of-the-box functionality that you could alter to your requirements. And it, of course, then require that Dynamics 365 app. And then you can start from scratch. And I joked about this initially, and I know there's many out there that feel like the licensing for portals is expensive, and I'm not going to go into that in depth, but I'm one of those people that actually feel like even if you start from scratch, what you get out of the box has high value. And we know that developers are hard to come by, and when you do come by them, they are expensive. And so for you to be able to provision what you get out of the box with this product within 1 hour in the click of a button, I think there's value in that. And if you can use that platform to build something custom, and you don't have to think about all the other stuff and to build that from scratch, then I do feel that there's value to that, even if the licenses are expensive. I've used this as well when there's small, maybe I had a customer that wanted just a form embedded on their own website. Then I used the blank template, a lot of other applications for it. Anyone usually starting from blank? Oh, good. Okay, any questions about what we've seen so far?
Self-management for the contacts there looks really cool in the partner portal. Is there a route for them to become AD users or AD-B2C users?
It depends on what authentication provider you have out of the box. I have created a flow that actually invite user into Azure AD using the Graph API. Actually, Jan helped me put that together. Yeah, and so you can actually alter that route if you want to. And of course, in the site settings and portals, you can decide if users should be able to register anonymously or not, if you want to just invite them, how you want that process to work. So, did that answer your question at all? Thank you. All right, let's get to the good stuff. So this is where we are now. Power Pages. Just announced at Build, on my birthday actually, May 24th. Upgrading portals, extending, whatever you want to call them, from Power Apps portals to Power Pages. And currently I hear people say have different names for portals, Power Portals, this will settle down. In a couple of months, we will know what to call this baby. The most important thing is, it's now as important as the other products, and I love to see it becoming one of the main pillars of the Power Platform and not just some other app underneath Power Apps. The main difference is that we have a new designer, right? So as of now, you cannot open old Power Apps portals in the new designer and vice versa, but you will be able to. So if you have a portal in production or you're starting a portal project and you saw that Power Pages came along and you're a little bit insecure about where to go from here, the answer is do what you intended to do. Build your portal, do it the right way. You will be able to use the new designer eventually, and they will all be the same thing. As with Dynamics 365 portals turned into Power Apps portals, we will help you get there. So don't be afraid. We have 3 templates available, and it's a preview feature. Please need to remind you about that. Don't use it in production just of yet. And we have 3 available templates now and 2 that are coming. And you can provision the 3 first, and there's not even documentation for the 2 last ones. But we do have a documentation specialist from Microsoft in the room. So there may be, if you have questions, you know who to ask. All right. He's beginning to sweat now. It's also a licensing specialist, if anyone have any questions about that. Right, default template. So default design template will bring you up to the point where you can switch out some images, edit some text, and then publish. You would be up and running in days. If you wanted just a simple information site, contact form, that's where you can start. Schedule meetings with a financial institution is called also book a meeting. So this is 2 weeks old, right? So not even the naming of the templates are not the same. In the docs, it would be called one thing. In the template hub, it would be called some slight different variations of that. It's the same thing. It's an experience that allows you to book an appointment with someone at your bank kind of scenario. After school program registration would be, so like Franco Musto, for instance, if you have 4 daughters and you would like to schedule who's where, when, who's doing what after school, then this would be a great portal for you to, create those children that you have and assign them to different activities, and you would get that calendar overview of who is where doing what. Building permit application portal is for browsing, filtering through and see what applications you can submit for, and then going through a process of applying for that and follow up on statuses, etc. And then your employee onboarding checklist is for your onboarding experience, so for the people that is onboarded to see their progress and how they're doing and what percentage of the onboarding that they have gone through. Right. Default template. As I was saying, you get the homepage, you get some subpages, you get the contact us form, creating a lead in your Dynamics and Dataverse environment, and you get search results. Not much else. This is the images that you see in the templates hub. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And I do have it live as well, if I can find it. There it is. Let's zoom in. And there's not really that much going on. So there's a video, you have some text, and you have some images, but it shows you kind of what you need, what you could do in terms of navigation, forum, some search, the basics really. So this would be equivalent to the blank template, I guess, from Power Apps portals. Anyone have any ideas for what we could use that for? Anyone have any portal project going on, a customer requirement that they think, this would be a good starting point? No?
The default template.
Yeah.
That's kind of a blank template.
Yeah.
For anything.
For Amazing. Good. Exactly what I wanted to hear. And it is. It's a good starting point for anything, really. Then we have book a meeting. It's for scheduling appointment with someone, for instance, at a bank. It could be any institution. And if you have had the pleasure of making an appointment with someone at Microsoft for the last year, also, again, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's very similar to this experience. So you have a splash screen. So when you create that kind of a page, power page, you have a splash screen. You don't have to sign in. It's book now, and it takes you through that advanced step form. First, asking you, what services, what are you looking for, and then what's your location, what's your availability, should it be in person or online? Let me grab your details, and then you get a receipt at the end saying, thank you, Natasha, we look forward to seeing you. You can add that to your calendar, and off you go. And like I said, I'm not saying it's what Microsoft has used the last couple of years, but it's so similar, you have to think maybe they've taken that as inspiration for this template. Any idea of what we could use this for if it wasn't a bank? What kind of other institutions would this be handy for?
Clinics.
Excuse me?
Clinics.
Clinics, yeah.
Barbershop.
Barbershop, sure. What about your own company? Would you benefit with some of your advisors or salespeople could they take advantage of this? Yeah, customer meetings. Yeah, I get that. I agree.
It would have been perfect for PLC that I did just before the announcement of the Power Pages.
Yeah. It would have saved you some hours, right? Yep. And that's actually to the point, right? Because to create this from scratch or create this yourself, it is cumbersome. It does take a while to create that advanced. And please raise a hand, anyone that has ever created an advanced form. Oh my God, like the patience that you need. Sorry to say, but that's a cumbersome back and forth kind of thing. You need to go backwards, right, to get all the steps in your right order. This actually has that super advanced form created with a lot of custom code, right, out of the box. I advise you to really take a look at this. And then we have after school. So like I was saying, putting Franco on the line, sorry about the read, but still, I mean, this is also applicable to a lot of scenarios. And I know for sure, I have 2 kids, and I would like this. Can I get my husband on that as well? I mean, come on. Would have been great to know where he was from time to time. We rarely see each other. But this also, so powerful just out of the box. So you get this with, so I just had a talk with Nick about this. When you create this, what's it called? The dummy classes that you have, they're from 2021. So if you ever attempt to create this template for your own, just go into the model-driven app and update the dates for all the classes or the courses, and they will show up in your portal. That's why you don't see them out of the box. It took me a while to figure that out. So I thought I would save you the hours of trying to figure that out for yourself.
You can see them, but you can't register them because the deadline's passed.
Yes, that's also true. All right, so there is a way to go with this, but this is what it looks like out of the box. Do you see that all right? Should I zoom in? Kind of big screen, right? So I created 2 new ones, and they show up at once. Yeah, is it?
I'm just wondering, is there a reason why these templates are like a financial institution and a school? Because I can see much wider uses for this, and it feels like it's kind of turning people off. I could use this to register events at my company.
Yeah.
Right? Why did they pick the school theme for it?
I don't work at Microsoft. I'm not sure what they're thinking.
So the debate started like it was just between me and Gesser. So Ulrikke, you work with SharePoint, and there's like naming for the templates, and now there's naming for the Power Apps portals or templates. It doesn't make any sense. Like, how would you kind of like give an idea? How would you use that template for? If it just gives a naming that is misleading that probably what it does behind the scenes. you should give it kind of like a generic meaning so you understand what's
Yeah,
the purpose
book
behind
a
it.
course.
Do you get all this? Yeah, I see you're taking notes, mental notes, right? Okay, good. No, but really, no, but I get what you're saying. And let me speculate. I have no idea, but this is what I think. In order to not compete with another pretty heavy solution out there that is for event registration and management and marketing, let's not call it that, right? So if I was Microsoft, that is what I would do. I would avoid competing with my own product by calling it event management and marketing, right? So, crazy idea. I don't know.
But it's still misleading.
Yeah, you limit what you're gonna imagine with this. Like, oh, this is for schools. I'm not even gonna look at it.
Exactly.
Right, so
But it's a financial institution.
yeah.
I'm gonna look at it.
No, that's true. But then if you see, probably someone in the room could talk more about this than I can, but I know that the provisioning of portals and the use of portals in the last year or two has been a lot of governments. It's been for COVID registration and so probably that use case is not that far off, probably, than we would think. But working with your question, is there anything else that we could use this for? What else could this template be used for?
Courses.
Online courses. Anyone here doing online courses or doing training, doing app in a days? No? Yeah? Some nodding. I actually will use, don't tell anyone. I'm glad this is not going on the internet or anything. But I'm going to use this for, I work at a company called Itera. I just started this May, and we're going to have an event this September, which will have lightning talks, much like this conference, over 2 days. We will have someone submitting their session. So first of all, I want to be a speaker. This is what I want to speak about. And then, of course, having registrations, I want to go building your own schedule as you have been doing in the Scottish Summit app, creating a Canvas app to go with that, to have on your phone, that kind of scenario. I think this will fit perfectly. If you don't mind me saying, I think it look a little childish. Anyone agreeing with that? Is it, to me? Yeah, right. Probably have to do something.
At least with portals, but I mean, still, like, what's the use case? This is what's the problem. You know that you could change all that.
You could change all that. That's true. So in any case, you can search for, if I search for class, I haven't changed all the dates on all the courses, but if I search for class, you see there's so much more coming up. I can't hit the register here, but I can open the Spanish class and I can see all the details. I cannot add an attendee because it says I have to sign in. I'm already signed in. I have all the web roles, so it doesn't really work as of now, but you see the general idea. And because I'm the administrator, if I go back to my courses, I get the back-end kind of view of the courses. I can create a new course. I can filter, and this is the out-of-the-box list that you can create with portals. This form too could use some work, but still you can get the work done, and I can create new courses. So, I mean, with some love and care and a little bit of enhancements here, this could really be something that we can work with.
This is in preview.
Yeah, did I mention it is in preview? And this is all subject to change. We'll get back to that.
You're in as an instructor there, though, as opposed to...
Yeah. So what I did was I gave my contact all the web roles, and then it created some kind of chaos in the user experience, I would say. But sure, yeah. So that would be for the instructor, the back-end kind of approach of creating.
My very original use of it is I did exactly what it said. I've got all my daughters set up on there. So adding attendees is a nice experience. The filtering is a nice experience. Registering is how much you can do in context. I really like that. And I dug behind the scenes to see how did it do that part, which bits API, which bits of web resource.
Yeah. I'll get back to that, actually, what you were just saying. All right, so building permits. This is for browsing through and see what permits would be applicable for you. There is advanced filtering. You can, if you do apply for a permit, you could track your application status and follow up. And for all of these new Power Pages templates, there are embedded email notifications for changes. So whenever change is happening, you would get an email notification on both ends, so both on the back end and the front end. And this is coming soon, so you cannot provision a portal, or sorry, Power Page using that as of yet. But these are the pictures that we can see in the Templates Hub. Right, so you see that left-hand menu. You can track your progress. And also what I found in the documentation actually was for both onboarding and the building permit templates, you have that multiple file upload experience, which we already knew you could do through SharePoint integration, right, in Power Apps portals. I believe this has to do with the web, I guess this would be web files at Azure blob storage kind of experience, I hope. Onboarding checklists. Guide your new employees through onboarding process with the modern portal. So this is for the people being onboarded. Now, I've been through an extensive onboarding process myself this month. I know you want to know how much is left, right? How far along am I in this process? And I would love to have a portal where I could actually see, all right, so you're 90% through, or you're 40% through. You need to see these videos, go through these LMS courses, and this is what you need to do. So this is for the end user to track their own progress. And this is what the screenshots look like. And I actually like this. This looks good to me. Anyone have any other applicable ideas for what this could be used for other than onboarding? When you see this screen right here. Any ideas? Yeah. Yeah.
Utility complaints.
Yes, definitely. Utility complaints. Yeah. "10 minutes to go." Right. How did I get this info? If you feel like this is too deep technical for you, then you're free to leave at any point. I do get that. How did I get to this information, right? I'm actually a web developer, so I'm a front-end developer. I love looking at the code. So the first thing that I do, I provisioned all the portals or all the Power Pages, went and looked at the browser developer mode tool in your browser to pick them apart and see what HTML this is really render. What is this? And I know the HTML for the Power Apps portals, simply just compared it in my head. What's new? What's not new? What do I recognize? What have I seen before? And then I picked out some elements that I hadn't seen before. And then I went into the design studio, so the Power Pages designer or the Power Apps portals design studio, to see what those elements look like from the designer point of view, right? So what page is it on? What list is it? What form is it? What kind of custom code does it have? Then I looked at the portal management app, and because I've been working with portals for so long, that's really my go-to tool, right? So portal management app, it's a model-driven app. That's where I can look at all the code and look at all the different forms and lists. So I would go through, tedious process, I know, but it gives you that overview of what's custom and what's out of the box. I would go to the forms, I would open the form, and I would look to all the tabs in the model-driven app just to see what's custom, what's out of the box. Then I look into the solutions, and this I know probably a lot of you don't do that, but I do. I go into solutions in my Dataverse environment, and I look at and I open up those 30-something solutions that are in there. Don't do any changes, but you find the most amazing things. I dare you to have a look. And then I download it. So this year we got support CLI, support for portals. You can, if you don't know that already, you can download the whole thing and open it up in Visual Studio Code. And that's where you can extract the good bits. So So if you find something that you would like to reuse, I know Franco does this all the time, and I know a couple of others of you do this too. That's where we extract the good stuff, and we create something from scratch, and then we implement it. And I'm not saying this is something you should do at home, but I'm gonna try to create a Power Apps portal, and then I'm gonna drag something from the Power Pages into my portal and see if it works. Some of the good bits, just for fun, not in production, of course. This is preview. Provide feedback. You guys, if you start using this, please provide your feedback. I know I would love your feedback if you try to use some of these templates. They're not what you thought they were. There's something lacking. There's functionality that you would like to see. Please tell me, tell Nick, tell Microsoft, because they are eager to know what you think. Franco?
I thought that would be very useful as well. The form doesn't seem to allow for that. It's more like, hey, what would you like? Or it reads more like, what would you like in the next template, as opposed to how does this work?
Right, and you're right. So that form, you see the help us improve the template library on top, right? So that brings you up that brings up this form, and it's for what other templates would you like to see. So and both are valuable insights. Microsoft want to know both. So what about this template? These templates that we have? What's good? What's not good? What more functionality do we need? And then, of course, what other templates would you like to see? And
sorry, but where would you say you provide that kind of feedback? So, for example, the meeting schedule, where would be the right place to
or you can do this. You're an MVP, aren't you? Oh, you're not an MVP? Are you serious? I thought you were. I'm sorry. No, but seriously, though, Microsoft would like to see both. So
I was going to say, in general, if you have feedback on like the template features or anything, there is like the community. There are a number of Microsoft employees on the community forums and that things. The other way to go into docs, like let's say you can go to the documentation for these templates. It's really meant for feedback on the document itself, like if the link is broken or whatever. However, if you have feedback specifically, this is just between us friends here, that actually comes to me and PM in charge of that particular feature. We're not always the fastest at responding, but I do look at each and every one of those and make sure that it's somehow addressed or routed to the right person.
and in addition, if you find something not working, you could submit a service request. So that would also go to the development team, and they would have a look at it, and that's also a source that you can use. And you can ask on the community forums. I know who would answer those, but and I couldn't see anywhere you could submit ideas in the new. There is? Okay, so I couldn't find it, but I'm sure that it will be easier to find in the. Sure. I think, just give me a second. This is the one, right? Microsoft Power Pages community.
If you go down go to any of the docs. So just click on the top one. If you go, just click on any of those topics.
Here.
Scroll to the bottom. Feedback, this product.
We did not plan this. This is not by script. This is just happening live, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. Right, so post a new idea. I just want to say, though, guys, this really looks like the community portal, right? So I'm not crazy in saying, oh, it looks fairly similar.
I think
Right.
we may well just thought that at the exact same time.
All right, so this is that's the route you need to take. All right, so Google for docs, go at right at the bottom, do this product, this page pops up, and then you can right. Should be easier. Nick is gonna go fix that right now. Right, so but this is really insightful. I didn't know this as well. You can post a new idea here, and yeah, right. You need to sign in, of course. This is a portal for sure.
The other tip, if you do have an idea you post here, tweet it out and get it, like recruit people to upload it.
And you can add all of us, and it will help. Yeah. And you're free to do that. Please do that. Okay, so this then I need to change to all the steps that Nick just showed us, how to submit ideas. It's really simple, you guys. You should be able to find it. Just want to mention again, the mix and match. I haven't tried this with the Power Pages. You can combine features for templates on the Power Apps portal site. I will try this very soon. Please try it yourself on the Power Page if you create it. And yes, I have done a video of it as well in Victor Dante's 0 to Hero a couple of years ago. These are some resources. This presentation will be available to you through the app pretty soon. I just need to get all my alternative captions for the images done, and then I'll upload it. This is me again, if you need to scan that QR code. And then, of course, at the end, I would also want to thank the sponsors again, without whom we wouldn't be able to be here. And then I'm done on time. Wow! Thank you so much for coming.